Yes, people, a very happy with all of you. Thank you, people. So, guys, we started with a brand new topic in the last class, which was Accounting Standard 18, which talks about related party disclosures. So, very quick recap, people. The applicability part. This AS is a mandatory accounting standard applicable to all the entities, whether they are corporate or non-corporates. The only exemption is available for non-corporates. Which one? Small and micro, level 3 and level 4. Okay. What is the objective of this accounting standard? Disclosure. Very good. So basically, this is a reporting entity and this is related party. In the financial year, there is some transaction that happens between related party and the reporting entity, which must be disclosed, So this is disclosure based accounting standard. Here only one aspect is getting covered and rest of the three are not getting covered. Which are the rest of the three not getting covered? Recognition aspect not covered. Measurement aspect not covered. Presentation aspect not covered. This is disclosure based accounting standard. So here, whatever transaction that takes place between related party and the reporting entity, this must be disclosed. Right? Now, the question is whose reporting entity? For whom you prepare the financial statement, that entity is called as reporting entity. What is related party or whose related party is what we are going to study extensively, which we already discussed in the last class. So what is a related party or who is a related party? Okay. Now, related parties. Now listen, parties are considered to be related if at any time during the reporting period, reporting period, one party has ability to control the other party, or one party has got the ability to significantly influence the other party over what financial and operating decisions is called as related party. Now, this related party has got a very small meaning here. Extensive meaning of this, a continuation of this has been discussed in para 3. In depth, what control means, how control is exercised. In depth, what is significant influence means, how that is exercised, is been discussed in para 3. Here, the key point that you can undertake is that when you're looking at a related party, whether it's having a relationship or not, you should look at any point during the year. We should not look at the end of the year. When we are doing the disclosure, at that date or as on that day, whether the relation is there or not there, no need to check. If there is any relation anywhere during the year, anywhere, even for one day, there is a relationship established, then we call that person as related party. Now, once you call that person as related party, then what are we supposed to do? Second step, you have to check that whether between those two people, is there any transaction happening, not happening? If yes, then the transaction has to be reported. Okay, not okay? Okay. Now, about the relationship, we have an extensive discussion covered in para 3. Before I go forward for para 3, you have to understand two meaning very deeply. One is what is the meaning of control, and second, the meaning of significant influence. So please tell me, people, when do I say there's a control? First condition. Okay, this is and condition or condition? Or condition. Means
Or
out of these three, any one satisfied means control established. What is the first condition? More than 50% voting right should be there with that particular person. That is person. That could be even artificial or natural. Okay. More than 50% voting right means what? You should have equity shares. Voting right is derived through equity shares. So that you should have more than 50%. It's not 50% or more. It is more than 50%. Or power to compose. Power to compose what? The governing body. In case of company, who's the governing body?
board
The
of
board of
directors.
directors is the governing body. So I should have the power to appoint or remove any directors. Then I say that I have power to compose. Or substantial interest plus power to direct. Okay, substantial interest, how do you get? 20% or more voting power. Plus with that, you should have power to direct. Direct means what? With regard to financial policies and operating policies, you should be able to frame it. You should have the power to include something, exclude something from that. You are the person who is directing the company in the matters of implementation of the financial policy and operating policy. If these two conditions cumulatively satisfied, then we say we have control. Okay, not okay? Okay. In case if control is not there, then what will I check for, people? I should check for significant influence. I should check for significant influence. When do I say I have significant influence? I have power to participate. Participate in what? In power to participate for what? In the formulation. Power to participate in the formulation of operational or financial policies. Power to participate. Now, this power has been derived from or by law, by statute, or by agreement, or by having ownership. Ownership means what? 20% or more voting right. Up to 50% you should have the voting power. In most of the question that practically we have been facing, the power to participate is coming from this particular point. But other 2 points you can't forget. This is also important. These are the 2 points important. Okay, not okay? If this is there, we say there is a significant influence of a person or an entity on the reporting entity. Okay, not okay? No. Now that you understood what is the meaning of control and significant influence, now let's discuss para 3a. What does para 3a says? Para 3a talks about control and para 3b talks about significant influence. Enterprise that directly control or directly are controlled, because reporting enterprise can be what? For example, A is having 60% voting right in B. So if A is, reporting entity, so A will control. If B is the reporting entity, B will get controlled. So directly controlled, that is by A Limited, or are controlled by B Limited, or under common control. A, B is commonly controlled by Reliance. So Reliance is my related party. So directly controlled, directly are under control with the reporting enterprise. Or enterprise that indirectly through one or more subsidiaries, either control or are controlled or are under common control of reporting enterprise. We call them as related party. So yesterday's example, can you do a quick brush up? A Limited, B Limited. A Limited has 60% voting right in B Limited. Can I say both are related? Yes. Which para? Para 3A. Para 3A. Para 3A. Okay. Direct control or indirect control? Direct control. Okay. A Limited has 60% voting power in B Limited. Direct control, indirect control? Direct control. Direct. B Limited has got 70% in C Limited. Between B and C also direct control. Is A and C related? Donkey fellow? Yes. So A Limited through subsidiary indirectly controls C Limited. Hence, A and C are related. Any problem? No difficulty. Okay. Third point. A Limited controls 60% of B Limited. Direct control. A Limited controls 70% of C Limited. Direct control. Now the question is, are B and C related party? If any subsidiary has got common control, these two are called as fellow subsidiary. If any fellow subsidiary has got common control, then we say those fellow subsidiaries are related parties. Okay, not okay? Online people. Okay, not okay?
Okay, sir.
Super. Now, next, can I go to para 3b? Okay, now. Okay. Before I proceed forward, we also discussed the concept of holding and subsidiary. For an enterprise to become holding company, what are the 2 conditions that they have to satisfy? Sir, in control, what 3 conditions you gave? No, in that the first 2 conditions satisfied means holding subsidiary relation is established. So what are the 2 conditions? More than 50% voting right or power to compose. If this is there, the person who is controlling or having more voting right will be called as holding company, and the other company is called as subsidiary company. No problem, no? Okay. So are you clear who's holding company? Subsidiary company? Fellow subsidiary? Yes. What is subsidiary? So what is subsidiary? Subsidiary. Subsidiary ka subsidiary. It's called as subsidiary. Okay, not okay. Tongue twister, ma. It happens sometime. Got it? We have one more place. I'll discuss about subsidiaries. Okay, not okay. Whenever tongue twister comes, don't speak fast, or else you will flip. आराम से बात करो. लक्षित आपके लिए नहीं, मेरे लिए. Now, para 3a talks about control. Subsidiaries means subsidiaries of fellow subsidiaries. We'll discuss in practical example. Okay, let's go to report. What do you call it? 3b. Reporting entity is associate, investor, or joint venture. Either associate or joint venture of another enterprise. Such relation can be established through subsidiary. Adavadhu, these people are called as intermediaries. Intermediaries are also called as subsidiaries. Where is this point mentioned? In para 3, they have mentioned it. Sorry, para 13, they have mentioned it. Okay, not okay. Now, if you take up the meaning of associate, what are they telling? An associate is a person who's got significant influence. Significant influence. So therefore, can I say para 3b is talking about significant influence? Yes or no? Yes. Now, examples. A Limited is having 20% voting right in B Limited. For significant influence, what is required? Power to participate. Power is derived by three means. One is by law, by agreement, by obtaining the shares, 20% voting right. Here I've taken 20% voting right. Any problem? So A has invested money in B Limited. So A is investor, B is associate. Are they related? Yes. As per para 3A, no. Para 3B. Very good. Now, A Limited is into joint venture with B Limited. Are they related? Yes. Again, para 3B. So associate, for associate, you'll see 20% or more voting power. Joint venture means by default it is 3B related. Okay, not okay? Okay. Now A has 20% voting right in B. Between A and B, what is relationship? Associate ka relationship, having significant influence. So as per 3B, they are related. Okay. B and C is having 20% voting right in C. Again, B and C are related by associate, having significant influence. So again, relation by para 3B. Now the question is, are A and C related? No. Are A and C related? No. My subsidiary, ka subsidiary, is my related party. Subsidiary for that. Subsidiary. My subsidiary. A ka subsidiary, B. B ka subsidiary, C. So A and C are related? Yes. My friend and friend ka friend is my friend. Got it? My close friend ka close friend is my friend. This is applicable only for subsidiary. My associate and his associate. That his associate is not my associate. Got it? Not got it? Yes, sir. So A and C are not related. Associate of associate not related. JV of JV not related. But subsidiary of subsidiary are related. So if at all you get confused somewhere, again I give a clarity by way of no. So somewhere if you miss the thought, this point will provoke your thought. Okay, not okay? Okay. Next. Example 4, newly introduced. Yesterday, that is last class, if we see example 4, we had some confusion. That 4 is now become 5. Example 4, I gave as a new point. Example 4, I gave as a new point. So I'll do example 4, which is a new example which I included now. Then I'll go to example 5. Example 5 is basically last class example 4, where the confusion was there. Is it okay? Can I come back to this? So this is new example, which I didn't discuss last class. A Limited has 20% voting right in B Limited. So between A and B, what is the relationship? Associate relationship. So relation as per para 3B. B and C. B has 60% voting right in C Limited. B has got 60% voting right in C Limited. Between B and C, what relationship? Holding subsidiary relationship. So as per, this is 3B means this is 3A. Now the question is, are A and C related to each other? Are A and C related to each other? Now, think and respond. A Limited, through subsidiary, can I control? For that, B should be subsidiary of A. But is B subsidiary? No. So A Limited, through associate, can he, what do you call, control the other person? No. Got it? ஒருவேளை இங்க 20 இல்லாம 60% இருந்தால், so A Limited has got B as subsidiary, and through subsidiary can I control him? Yes. But through associate, can you control somebody? Answer is no. So those are not related. A and C are not related. Now listen to this. Indirectly through associate, significant influence cannot be done. Hence, it is not related party. Okay, not okay. Indirectly through associate, control also cannot be done. For example, if you see here, A trying to indirectly control C. In between, who is there? Associate. So A indirectly through associate, can he control somebody? No. Here the relationship is associate. Got it? Not got it? Look at this. Example 3 of para 3b. Example 3 of para 3b. Now we're discussing example 4. Again, be very careful. A indirectly through associate B. Can he do significant influence on the other party? No. Will that be related party? No. Next. A indirectly through associate B. Can he control the other party? No. He cannot be done. Hence, it's not related party. Through associate. Anything through associate. Through associate, neither can you control. Through associate, neither you can have significant influence. A and C should be related appadina, B should be subsidiary. B should be subsidiary. If B is associate, from B to C, whether it is associate or control, A will not be related. Okay, not okay. Online people, okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
In 3
Okay,
and 4,
sir.
what you see? A, B are having associate relationship. See here, A and B associate relationship. Here, A and B associate relationship. In point number 3, B and C are associate. In example 4, B and C are holding. So through associate, can I control? No. Through associate, can I become associate? No. For A and C to connect, in between B should compulsory be what? Holding subsidiary relationship, not associate relationship. Okay, not okay. Any difficulty? Online people, any difficulty?
No, sir.
No,
Now
sir.
comes this example 5, which is the example 4 of the last class. Now here, the confusion, what happened, I'll tell you. A Limited control 60% B Limited. So B became subsidiary and A became holding. So A and B are related as per para 3A. B has got 20% voting right in C. B has got 20% voting right in C. So between B and C, relation is established through 3B. Now the question is, are A and C related? Are A and C related?
Yes,
Now
sir.
A, through subsidiary, can he control and become what do you call relation? Yes. He can establish control or he can establish significant influence. So actually, A through subsidiaries imposing significant influence. Last class, what happened? Instead of significant influence, the word control was there. And for a second, we just lost that momentum and we got confused at what this point was trying to say. Everything was perfect. Everything else was perfect. Instead of the word control, what should have been here? Significant influence. I copy pasted the previous line down below. So I changed everything, but control what I forgot to change. So here what is happening? A through B is subsidiary. Through subsidiary, I am significantly influencing C. So that way A and C are related. That way A and C are related. Any problem? Any problem? Any problem? So A and C are related as associate. Enterprise significantly influencing indirectly through one or more subsidiary. So A is trying to influence C by subsidiary. Got it? Not got it? Now comfortable. Subiksha. இதுல எதுவுமே குறை சொல்ல முடியாது. இது 100% கரெக்ட். கண்ணா ஏ வந்து 60% கண்ட்ரோல் வச்சிருக்கான் பீல. அப்பன்னா நியாயமா அந்த கம்பெனி யாருதம்மா? ஏ தானே. And then further I have 20% voting right in C. So can I say A is trying to significantly influence C? A is there in B. B ஓட board of directors யார் இருக்கான்? மெயினா A இருக்கான். அப்ப அவன் 20% voting right போட்டா அவன் இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ண மாட்டானா? பண்ணுவான். Between A and C, how para 3A will come? 3B, no, associate. A and C வந்து என்னது? A is controlling C through subsidiary. And how is the subsidiary controlling? As associate is controlling. As associate is controlling. Upon associate, the point 3B will come. No? Para 3B will come. Sorry? ஆமா கண்ணா நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா நீ என்ன சொல்ல திருப்பி சொல்ல ஐடென்டிட்டி பாயிண்ட் okay sorry okay para this will be 3A only because you're telling that directly indirectly correct only 3A தான் 3B கிடையாது enterprise directly or indirectly so in this case A enterprise indirectly through subsidiary யாரு B controls, but control point வந்துருல இந்த இடத்துல உனக்கு. I think this is what we had a confusion last time. See, simple விஷயம். We don't have to complicate too much. Irrespective of what they say, through subsidiary, we are having significant influence. Control கிடையாது. A through subsidiary is having significant influence over C. So வந்து இது ரெண்டு காரணத்தினால வந்து this becomes associate. So here we'll apply 3B and come. Why? Because the word directly, indirectly, it is not, given here, but in the explanation part of AS 18 ல வந்து it is being covered. So இதுக்கு வந்து this is right answer. இது வந்து there's a question based on this in ICA also. அது பண்ணும்போது automatically you get a clarity. That's what I said last class also. But only one change here, it is not control, it is significant influence. Now, sixth one, A is having 20% voting right in B. So A and B la the relation is associate. A has got 30% voting right in C. Between them, what relationship? Associate. Now the question is, are B and C related to each other? Fellow subsidiary concept is there, but fellow associate concept is not there. B and C not related because fellow associate concept is not there in the 3B paragraph, because there is no point of common control. There's no point of common control in 3B. Okay, not okay. Now listen. Fellow subsidiary are related party as per para 3A. Fellow associates or fellow JV are not related as per 3B because there is no common control point. There's no fellow subsidiary, fellow associate or fellow JV ka point. There's no common control point. Hence, this is not allowed. This relation is not allowed. Okay, not okay. Now, next. Indirectly, through subsidiary, control can be done. Hence, related party. Adhaadu, company A through B, can control be done for C? Yes. Yes. Next, indirectly, through subsidiary, can I do significant influence? Yes. This is example 5, para 3B. Any doubt here? What happened, Kaushik? Adhaadu, through subsidiary, A through subsidiary, I can either do control or I can do significant influence. Both are allowed. Okay, not okay. If I have subsidiary in between now, subsidiary mulema on C, I can impose control also, or I can do influence also. Both are allowed. Through subsidiary, you can do anything. Through associate, you can't control, you can't influence. Between A and B, there is holding subsidiary relationship. Now B is controlling C. Aptina, A and C are related. B is influencing C. Aptina, again A and C are related. But if A and B kula vande associate irukku, so B is associate aptina, B and C, whether they are having control or whether they are having influence, A and C ku vande relation kediyadu. Clear or not clear? Now example 7 is a new example. A has 60% voting in B. So A is holding company, B is sub C. A Limited has 20% voting right in C Limited. Associate. Any problem? So this is 3A relationship and this is 3B relationship. Any problem? Now, apart from that, B Limited has got 40% voting right in C Limited. 40% voting right in C Limited. Now the question is, between B and C, what? Okay, wait. This is not 3B. Once again, this is not 3B. Wait, I'll come. It's not 3B. I'll come. There's a twist here. One more time. A Limited has 60% voting right in B Limited. More than 50% control. Pakka 3A case. Okay, not okay. Holding subsidiary relation came in. Okay. Now, forget A and C. Wait, pannunga. B has got 40% voting right in C. 40% aptina what? Associate. So between B and C, what relationship? It is
Significant
associate.
influence.
Purida, it is associate. Fellow subsidiary சொல்ல முடியாது. I'll come why that is. Now, A has got 20% voting right. A has got 20% voting right. Now, I'll put this diagram on the board. Observe now. A Limited, B Limited, C Limited. Now, listen. How much A has got voting right in B?
40%.
60%. How much A has got voting right in C? 20%. A has got direct voting right, not control. Direct voting right of 20%. Direct voting right of 20%. Okay, not okay. Direct, wait. Direct influence 20%. Yes or no? Okay. Now, A Limited, through subsidiary, indirectly having voting right of 40%. So directly 20%, indirectly 40%. Both put together how much? 60%, which is more than 50%. So now A is having not influence on C. They're having complete control on C. So between A and C relationship is 3A. Now okay, not okay. This is ICA based question again. This is a question there in ICA module also. Okay, not okay. So நீங்க வந்து கண்ட்ரோல் பார்க்கும்போது வந்து டைரக்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் பர்சன்டேஜ் பிளஸ் இன்டைரக்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் பர்சன்டேஜ் ரெண்டுமே சேர்த்து நீங்க எடுக்கணும். When I say direct, don't see direct control. You see direct voting right percentage and indirect voting right percentage. So A is having direct voting right how much? 20%. B is having how much voting right indirectly? A through B, indirect voting right is 40%. Both put together how much? 60%. So between A and C, we have relationship of 3A. Para 3A, as a para 3A, they're related. Okay, not okay. Now tell me, any difficulty? B and C are also related. B and C related. Multiple ways. அதாவது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 3B, 3B ல வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there's a direct influence plus common control. Both way they're related. நீ என்ன வேணா சொல்ல. Ultimately became related, no? No. Understand, A and C are called, what do you call it? A has control over C. Having control over somebody and having influence, both are different. Control करते हैं ना, your power to compose, your power to direct. Whereas associate means what? Only power to participate. புரிஞ்சுதா? Difference is clear or not clear? B and C is always 3B only kana. நீ டைரக்டா பார்த்தா கூட 40% தான், less than 50% is. So B and C are 3B only. B and C are 3B only. B and C ல 3B தான். இதுல என்ன கன்ஃபியூஷன் இருக்கு? ஓகேவா? So between A and B it is 3A. Between B and C it is 3B. Between A and C it is 3A. ஆமா. Sorry? கிடையாது. Okay. See, we are not discussing holding subsidy now. We're discussing in AS 18, the discussion is relation is there or not. Holding subsidy game is very simple. We should have direct more than 50% இருக்கணும். So holding subsidy வராது. Holding subsidy ஆனாதான் relation அப்படின்னு சொல்ல கிடையாதுல்ல. The meaning of relation is being clearly defined here. Okay, not okay. Now, so far if it is clear means revision of last class over. Now we'll start the fresh topic for today, which is nothing but para 3C. Are you all ready? No confusions, no? Okay. Para 3A and 3B was talking about the enterprise having control or the enterprise having significant influence. Now, para 3C, 3D, 3E, we are going to talk about individuals having control and influence. Individual, including the relatives of such individual, including the relative of such individual. This individual either directly exercise control or exercise significant influence. So in the individual, he is having control also, he is having influence also over the reporting enterprise. Or this individual indirectly through subsidiary, not through associate. Through subsidiary is having control or influence of the reporting enterprise. Okay, not okay? Now the question is, who is this individual? Who is this individual? Any living being. Any human being rather than not living being. Upon ant also will become human being. Be very, very clear. Any human being here. Okay, not okay? Now, the question is, what is the meaning of relatives? The meaning of relatives in income tax. Very vast relation. Yes, or relatives. We are very huge. Huge example. Now, here the meaning is not that complicated. Simple. ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. சப்பையா முடிச்சிட்டான். Father, mother, any problem? Brother, sister, any problem? Spouse, any problem? Son and daughter, அவ்வளவுதான். Father covered? No. Father mother covered? No. Mother father covered? No. Mother covered? No. Brother wife covered? No. Sister husband covered? No. Spouse father, that is your father-in-law, mother-in-law, no. Son, daughter, avladhaan. Now don't bring in stepmom, stepson. Adala out of discuss. No further discussion on that. Now, Here the definition is very, very short. Shh. There are only 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the question, if you're coming across these 7 relationship, then you can say that these are the relatives of this individual. Apart from that, if they give any other relationship, A18 does not consider as relatives. Okay, not okay. Can we see example? Ram, individual. Ram, individual, or Ram's relative, or Ram's relative. Who are 7 relatives? Father, mother, brother, sister, spouse, son, daughter. Any problem? No problem. Ram or Ram's relative is got control. Look at the language. Ram directly controls. Ram controls A limited. Are Ram and A limited related? Yes. Which para? 3C direct control. Any problem? No problem. Ram or Ram's relative. Ram or those 7 relatives has significant influence. Direct significant influence on A limited. Individual, direct but not control this time. It is significant influence. Then are they related? Yes. So as per para 3C, direct significant influence. Okay, not okay? Related as per para 3C. Correct. As per para 3B. Why? Individual. Ram is individual. A and B is only for enterprise. A and B is for artificial person. C is for natural person. So Ram is natural person or artificial person? Piyush, Ram. Artificial, artificial, natural. Now, no doubt, no? Okay. Ram's father. Ram's father has got significant influence on A limited. Is Ram's father a related party to the enterprise? Yes. What Suman you learn? Now, Ram controls A limited. Between Ram and A, relation there or not there? Yes, as per para 3C. Okay. A limited, now enterprise. Enterprise. A limited has got 20% voting right in B limited. Significant influence 3B. Very good. Ram and B limited, relation, no relation. Individual, indirectly through subsidiary. Can I say subsidiary? Subsidiary? This is not subsidiary. Between Ram and A limited, what subsidiary will come? Right? Ram indirectly through A limited is as an associate of B limited. Now tell me, people. What is the language saying? Individual indirectly through subsidiary, indirectly through associate, not related, exercise control or significant influence. Tell faster. Holding subsidiary relationship is there or not there?
Not there.
Not there. How it is not there? Holding company is not there. Holding subsidiary is there or not there? Ram and A limited are related as per para 3C direct control. AB are related as per para 3B because of significant influence more than 20%. Ram and B limited are related as per para 3C. Ram controls B limited indirectly through sub C. So here, this is subsidiary, this is holding company. Any problem? Sorry, not holding company. Holding person. Correct. The right term is holding person, not holding company. Voting right. Voting right. Any problem in this? Now, next one. Ram. What happened, Balaji? No problem. Okay. Ram has got 20% voting right in A limited. Individual directly have significant influence. 3C. Any problem? Enterprise has control on B limited. 3A. This is holding company. This is subsidiary company. Now the question is Ram and B related to each other? Through associate, not possible. Look at the language. Indirectly through associate, no relationship. So between Ram and B limited, no relationship. Ram and A limited are not related. Indirect significant influence to associate, not covered in para 3C. Okay, now. B, sorry. This should be B. I'll change there also then. 1 second. B only, no? Which question is this? Fourth one, is it? Okay, chalo, changed. Next one. Oh, that's all. Over. Super. Now listen. If individual or his relative indirectly through associate have control or influence, then they are not related party. Okay, not okay. If it is not through associate, if it is through subsidiary, then allowed. Then allowed. Allowed means related party. Ha. 3D. 3D talks about key management personnel and relatives of such person. 3C talks about individual. It could be any person. It talks about any person. Here it is more specific. They're talking about key management personnel. Key management personnel. With that, what feeling are you getting? Key management. Kalpavrik's key management. Whose hands? Tell my name. Tell. Anita ma'am. Oh my God. So who is the key management here? Me or Anita ma'am? Now, key management personnel are those person who have key management person are those persons who have the authority and the responsibility for planning, directing, controlling the activities of the reporting entity. This is defined. Key management personnel are those persons who have authority or responsibility to plan, direct, and control the activities. We are not talking about the policies of the operational and financial level. What is that? That is for control and significant influence. We'll see. புரிஞ்சுதா? இது வந்து என்னது? You have authority and responsibility for what? PDC. Post dated check. PDC. Post dated check. Planning, directing, controlling of the activities of the reporting enterprise. So in any company, who are those people? Key management persons. Managing Director, MD. Reliance Industries Limited, MD. Mukesh Ambani. He is the key management person. Whole-time director. Mukesh Ambani will have multiple companies. Can he be MDs of all the companies? He can't put head everywhere. So he will appoint one whole-time director, maybe his son. Whole-time director. His work is to look after that particular company. Whole-time director. He is the person who will make the decisions on day-to-day basis. He is called as key management personnel, etc. Now here, designation doesn't matter. Name or designation does not give you this power. புரிஞ்சுதா? What you have to remember is this. If somebody has got authority, responsibility of planning, directing, controlling, and his designation is manager, then that person is key management person, KMP. Okay, not okay. So ultimately, designation doesn't matter. Designation can be anything. What matters is the power, authority for what? Planning, directing, controlling of the activities. Okay, not okay. Any director who does not have any authority or responsibility for planning, directing, controlling is called as non-KMP. He is not a KMP. Example of this is non-executive director. Who is a non-executive director? Non-executive director. I'll give an example. Kalpavriksh Academy Limited. Kalpavriksh Academy Limited. We started a new academy. Kalpavriksh Academy Cricket Limited. Cricket, bat ball. All of it. Now, Virat Kohli or Dhoni? What do you want? Dhoni. Okay, Dhoni. Tala. I went for Ranchi match. ODI, which first ODI between India and South Africa, where we won also. South Africa lost and Kohli has got a century. And the match na pona. Before that match, Dhoni invited all the team members for dinner or lunch? Dinner, okay. I was also one among. Like that, you assume Sakshi is not able to resist. During that meeting, I proposed Tala Dhoni that I have a desire to start this academy. I'm going to form a company. Controlling, planning, directing, everything I'll do. He says that I don't have time to do all that. So I said, no, don't worry. I will take care of all that. You just become a director, not brand ambassador. In that, there's no fun. Just become one non-executive director of my company. Just be in the board. In board of directors name, if Tala Dhoni's name is there, means what? A lot of key members of other organizations will be attracted to this organization. So I'm identifying a celebrity to become a director of my company. He's called as non-executive director. Executive director means what? The person who executes the business plan, operational plan, all the day-to-day work who does is called as executive director. A person who does the execution of the work is called as executive director. Non-executive director means what? He will just come and sit on the board and give his experiences. He'll share his experience of how to run this organization, what to do, what not to do. He'll just participate in the discussion. He will not direct anybody. He'll just participate in the discussion. So now Dhoni will come and be a part of this meeting. Maybe once in a year he'll come. We'll do multiple BOD meetings. In that one meeting he'll come and try to share his, not AGM. I said board of directors meeting. AGM is for shareholders. BOD meeting is for directors. In one of the board of directors meeting, he comes and shares his experience with all the other directors that how this cricket, what you call company branch, you should expand, how you should attract more people. He will come and share his experience. Does he have the control of how to run this company? No, because he's a non-executive director. Okay, not okay. Like that, if you see, there are so many companies. There are so many companies who will have celebrities as one of their non-executive directors. Celebrities means not only the movie or serial. I'm talking about big corporate, famous corporate owners, such as Mukesh Ambani will be one of the non-executive director in some bank or some other entity. Very famous people. They will come and share their insights. அவ்வளவுதான், அதுக்கு மேல ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது. Okay, not okay. So do these people have the authority and the responsibility to plan, direct and control? No. Non-executive directors don't have it. Okay, not okay. Sure. Para 3C was talking about any individual. Para 3C is talking about any individual. Here 3D is more specific. They're talking about key management person who are individual. Okay, not okay. For individual, control and significant influence is the key factor. For this person, being a KMP itself is a relation. For an individual to be related to the enterprise, what is required? Control or significant influence is required. Ana, for KMP to be related, what is required? KMP are important. So if he is a KMP, automatically it's a related party. Okay, not okay. Plus, with KMP, his relatives, that is relatives of such personal, are also related party. Okay, not okay. Individual and relatives of such individual. Like that, KMP and relatives of such personal are also related. Okay, not okay. Can we see examples? 3D. Ram, including relative, Ram's father, Ram's mother, anybody, are KMP of A Limited. So between Ram and A Limited, is there any related party relationship? The answer is yes. Which para? 3D. A Limited and Ram are related party as per 3D. Okay, not okay. Instead of Ram, it's Ram's father. Ram's father is a KMP, Managing Director of A Limited. So is the Managing Director and A Limited related to each other? Yes. Okay, not okay. Okay. Ram, including the relative, are director of A Limited. Now the question is, do these directors have the power or not? The question is silent, means they have the power. If not, means they will specify they don't have the power. Or they'll say non-executive director, they'll say. Okay, but director here now, it means he's got the power to, there is power, that is responsibility and authority to. If you have a difficulty in not remembering, I told you the term PDC, post dated check. P stands for planning, D stands for directing, C stands for controlling. So Ram, in the capacity of the director, he is controlling A Limited. He is controlling A Limited. Therefore, 3D. KMP. Director means KMP. KMP includes as director. KMP means director. Director means KMP. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Ram, including relatives. Ram, including relative, are non-executive director of A Limited. So do they have PDC power?
No.
Sorry, planning. They would have the authority to plan. Direct control? No. So any relation is there? No, no relation. So non-executive director and A Limited are not related as a para 3D. Any difficulty? Now the last one, 3E. 3E now talks about enterprise. A, B talks about enterprise. C and D talks about individual and KMP, which are natural being. E talks about enterprise again. But this enterprise will be now in relation to 3C and 3D. We'll read this. Enterprise which are under control of the person described in 3C, 3D. Enterprise under the control of the person mentioned in 3C. In 3C, who is mentioned? Individual. In D, who is mentioned? KMP. So if there is any enterprise under the control of this person, so as per para 3E, they are related. Enterprise under significant influence of individual or KMP, related. Enterprise we're talking about. So far we spoke about company. Yeah, I mean individual. Now enterprise are under common control, under common significant influence of the person described in 3C and 3D. Can you see examples one by one? Ram or his relative has 60% voting right in A Limited. So between Ram and A Limited, relation is there or not there? So Ram or his relative has got direct control on A Limited. So as per para 3C, they are related. Any problem? No problem. Ram has got again 70% voting right in B Limited. So as per 3C, they are connected. 3C direct control, 3C direct control. Now the question is, are these two entities, A Limited, B Limited, are connected to each other? In 3A, it was not Ram here. It was holding company. Maybe let's say Z Limited. So these were two fellow subsidiaries. Now here it is not holding company. Here it is Ram, holding individual. Now between A Limited and B Limited, there's a relation. Yes. A and B Limited are related as per para 3. What is the common factor? Common control of the individual. This individual has got control on both. Both are under common control. A student, B student under common control of SPJ. Who's SPJ? Key management person or individual with control. Any problem? Under common control. This point I gave an example. Okay, not okay? Okay. Can I go to next example? Ram or his relative. Here when I say I'm talking about individual also or KMP also. Both. Okay, not okay? Look at the language. The relation between enterprise in relation to the person described in 3C and 3D. In 3C, who's been described? Individual. In D, who is described? KMP. Any problem? Ram has got 20% voting right in A Limited. Significant influence. 3C. Any problem? Ram has got again significant influence on B Limited. Again 3C. Between A and B, is there any relationship? Language uses what? Common significant influence also is there. Common influence is there. In 3B, common influence is not there. In 3D, common influence is there. Okay, not okay? Okay, not okay? So here A Limited and B Limited are connected to each other. They are related party because they have common person mentioned as per 3C or 3D as the relation. So as per 3E, they are related. A Limited and B Limited are related as per para 3. Common significant influence of the individual or KMP. Any problem? Imagine this was not Ram. Imagine this was Reliance Industries Limited. Now tell me people. Common associate ka point is there? Are A and B related to each other? Common associate not there. Got it, not got it? Stop. Ram or his relative has 60% voting right in A Limited. So as per 3C, they are having direct control. 3C direct control. Any problem? Ram has got 30% voting right in B Limited. They have significant influence. So Ram has got significant influence on B Limited, which is para again 3C. 3C direct significant influence. Now the question is, are A and B related to each other? How? Common control or common significant influence. Control or significant influence. So one place you have control, another place you have significant influence, and you have somebody in common apnina. Now as per 3E, they are related. I thought she's got something nice to ask. AC. Okay. நீங்க அப்படி இப்படிக்கா வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா ஏசி அப்படிக்கா பண்ணிடுவேன். அது அந்த அந்த ஏசி தான் அதுல இருக்கு. கான் தான் முடிஞ்சுட்டீங்க, எதுவும் கிடையாது. ये दुबाकुर फिल्म. students. One return வாங்கி ஏமாந்துட்டேன். அதுதான் இங்க வாங்க 2 return வாங்கினேன் நான். Ram or his relative. Ram or his relative has 60% voting right in A limited. Okay, not okay. So between Ram and A limited, what is relation? Direct control. Direct control as per para 3C. Any problem? Ram is KMP of B limited. Ram is KMP of B limited. So related as per 3D. Very good. Now the question is A limited and B limited related to each other? Yes. Common control or KMP. KMP has got control on B limited. Who's controlling? Ram itself is controlling. So Ram is controlling B limited and Ram is controlling A limited. Okay, not okay. So like that, A and B are related to each other. Common control of significant influence. நம்ம போட்டிருக்கேன் under common control அவ்வளவுதான். Or வரணும் இல்லையா? Once again, I'll change it right away. Is there any other point to be changed? Which point is that? 2. Fourth, no? Or significant influence. Yeah, there's no influence here. No, in this question you talk about specifically. Now, fifth one. Ram or his relative is KMP of A limited. They are also KMP of B limited. So now Ram and A limited are having relation as per 3D. And here also 3D. Any problem? Now the question is, are A and B related to each other? Common control, common influence. They are related. Any problem? Next. Ram is KMP of A limited. What is the relation? Which para? 3D. Ram has got 70% voting right in B limited. 3C. Now the question is, are A and B related to each other? How? Under common control. Very good. That's all. Para over. Now what we'll do? No break. I'll break you. Now we'll do I say questions. One illustration 2 will do. Then I'll give you break. One illustration 2, then break. One illustration after that break. Okay. Consider a scenario wherein A limited has 60% voting right in B limited. See. No, it's not like that. You have to understand how I play with the psychology. Ipo break getting. What did I say? After this question breaks, you got one motivation. Oh, like that. Now you can come to the next question. I'll say one more question. Confirm break. Okay, after that, sir will give break. So I can get motivation to do next question. No, Smriti. Smriti's got something to say. What, Smriti? Now, after this, I'll give break. Like that, you have to assume and do the sum. CA full assumption தானம்மா அங்கங்க எவ்வளவு assumption போடுறீங்க இங்க ஒரு assumption போட முடியாது உன்னால now A limited has 60% voting right in B limited. Do the diagram here. A limited, B limited. 60% voting right means holding company and this is subsidiary company. Okay. A limited also has 20% voting right in C limited. 20. Oh, sorry. 22% voting right. Appana between A and B it is 3A. Any problem? Holding subsidiary. Between A and C it is 3B. Significant influence. Any problem? No problem. And B has 30% voting right in C limited. B has got this love triangle. 30% voting right in C limited. Any problem? Any problem? Between B and C it is 3B. Significant influence. Any problem? Now wait. Now C, between A and C, there's some drama going to happen in this love triangle. 3B will not come. Now listen. A has got 22% voting right in C. A through subsidiary has got 30% voting right in through subsidiary. B subsidiary dana. A through subsidiary B. How much is the voting right? 30. So in C, A and B put together is invested how much? 52%, which is more than 50%. So between A and C, relation is there, but not influence ka, control ka relation. So it is 3A. How is this now? अगर हाँ तो फिर significant influence. C and B. Okay, now I'm coming. Now listen. Now the question what? Now what she's asking is, sir, imagine this is not there. A has got 60% voting right in B. So as per 3A, they're related. A has got 22% voting right in C. So as per 3B, they're having significant influence. Now the question is, are C and B connected to each other? Are C and B connected to each other? Which paragraph? Which paragraph? No paragraph. No relation at all. No relation. Between C and B, no relation. Okay, not okay. If you say relation is there, tell me which paragraph, how also. Not there? Okay. Clear? Clear? Online people clear? But here the question was, B is got 30% voting right in C. So between B and C, it is significant influence, which is 3B. But between A and C, na common count எப்படி வரும்? Kana? It is not 3B, it is 3A. How? 30 plus 22, 60%. So A is having direct control 22%, indirect control 30%, both put together 52% control, which is more than 50%. So A and C is having relation as per 3A. What is your doubt? C and B are related only. Significant influence. Amakana, B is invested in C 30%, no? So B and C are also related. B and C are related as per significant influence. She said that in case in 30% illa apdina, investment illa apdina. Sakshi asked between B and C, if 30% investment is not there, then are B and C related? Answer is no. Now, yes. You have to motor your answer. Basically, in relation to A Limited, the reporting enterprise, C Limited is a rated party under A rating. This is because A Limited indirectly controls C Limited. In this case, A Limited, together with subsidiary, controls more than half of the voting right of C Limited. A, how much they are controlling? 22%. That is in voting right 22%. Subsidiary ka voting right is 30%. Together means how much? 52%. Which means what are you getting? Influence or control? You're getting control of more than 50%. One half means what? 50%. In your original AS, the language is not 50%. The language is one half. 50 இல்லடா நானும் more தான் சொன்னேன் நான் தைரா சொன்னேன் I also said more only instead of one half I said 50%. I also said more than 50%. More both common only. I didn't do any tweaking in the more part. I did tweaking only in half part. One half means what? Half is how much? 50%. Yappa eppura neela. Now illa you read properly. Answer I'm telling you, you read properly. You have to mention. Yes, you have to mention. So if on there, listen. How to write in the exam? Listen. The question is very clear that they want to know the relation between C and A. Apana, you will mention here the information about para 3A. You will write in come. Okay, not okay. In this question, how you have to justify how A and B together are trying to control up to points solid, then you have to conclude it. So 3A order provision you have to explain. Okay, not okay. 2 marks also. Yes. Now, no, you have to write in short. It's not big deal, man. You can do it fastly. Now, consider a scenario wherein after this break, X Limited holds 28% voting right in Y Limited. After this, confirm. Promise. Now promise is coming. Look at, you should appreciate ICI. Look at this. To make your life easy, they have given the diagram. To make your life even more easy, you know what are they doing? Look at it. Oh my God. Robert with a face also they're giving. Robert with wife with a face also they're giving. How much inspiring it is. Should appreciate, I say, the effort that they have put. Now, illustration 3. X limited. Oh, okay. Control. Holds 28% voting right in Y limited. Hence, Y limited is associate of X. Avane question get avane answer கொடுத்துறான். Y limited holds 32% voting right in Z limited. So Z limited is also an associate of Y. X and Y 28% voting right. So between them it is para 3 B. Between Y and Z it is 3 B. Now the question is, in the above case, since Y limited is an associate of X limited and Y limited is related party to X limited, likewise, since Z limited is an associate of Y limited, is Z limited? Yeah, this is leave it. The question is whether, this is the question. The question is whether Z limited is related to X limited. X and Z can have relation if Y limited is a subsidiary. Associate ka associate, not associate, not related party. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, illustration 4. After, see what I'm telling. Listen. Promise is always done to break it. Now, what I'm telling is illustration 4 and illustration 5 and 5, only 2 are based out of 3A and 3B. So, what I'm telling is 3A, 3B will finish, then break, then we'll come back after the break and do questions based on 3C, 3D, 3E. Now, okay. Plan is clear or not clear? Okay. So, bus 3 minutes. 3 minutes we will get break. You see, no? Very easy question. Illustration 4. This is very complicated, so be full attention. Consider the following organizational structure related to P Limited. Listen, P Limited has got 80% share in Q Limited. Between P and Q it is direct control 3A. Q has got 60% in R Limited. 3A. 3A. Q has got 80% in S Limited. Any problem? Don't get emotional and answer everything in common exam. What are they asking? Given the above structure, identify related party relationship as per para 3. Related party ka relationship is explained where? In para 3. 3A, B, C, D, E. Okay, wow. If R is the reporting enterprise. So you are auditor of which enterprise? R Limited. So in relation to R Limited, are all these people related or not? You have to see. Okay, not okay. Now, I'm erasing everything else. Don't be emotional. No, sir, I know every answer, so everything I'll write and come. No. R Limited, does he have relation with P Limited?
Yes, sir.
What is the relation? Ultimate holding, not holding. Ultimate holding. Between Q and R, Q is holding, R is subsidiary, and P is holding ka holding. So it is ultimate holding or ultimate parent. This is parent and this is subsidiary. Any problem? So R and P, they have the ultimate holding ka relationship. Okay, not okay. P Limited has indirect control on R through Q Limited. Hence R Limited is related to P Limited. P Limited is ultimate, write it down. Ultimate holding company. Ultimate holding company. Note it down. P is controlling R through Q. Okay, not okay. Any difficulty? Now, Q and R. Q is holding or parent company and R is subsidiary. So Q Limited is the direct control of R Limited, hence R Limited is related to Q Limited. What is the relationship ka meaning? Holding subsidiary. So R Limited is holding company. P is ultimate holding company or parent company or ultimate parent company. Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, R Limited and S Limited, both are subsidiaries of Q Limited. So this becomes fellow subsidiary having common control. Under common control. So R and S are related. So S is fellow subsidiary. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, R Limited has got 65% stake in X Limited. So R becomes holding company, X becomes subsidiary company. So X and R are related by subsidiary. X Limited is controlled by R Limited. Hence R Limited is related to X Limited. So X Limited is subsidiary of R Limited. X is subsidiary of R Limited. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now is R and Y Limited connected to each other? R and Y connected to each other. How? Common control. Q का subsidiary is S Limited. S का subsidiary is Y Limited. So sub subsidiary. Fellow sub subsidiary. Fellow sub subsidiary. Q is subsidiary. Fellow subsidiary to S Limited. Whereas Q, R and Y is fellow sub subsidiary. Okay, not okay. Okay, not okay. Okay. So Y Limited is the sub-subsidiary of Q Limited. It's not sub-subsidiary, it is fellow sub-subsidiary of Q Limited. Fellow sub-subsidiary of Q Limited. That way they're having common control of Q. That way they are related to each other. Okay, not okay. Purila. Y is, oh, sorry. Y is sub-subsidiary. Correct. Y is sub-subsidiary of Q Limited. Correct now. அதாவது Q ஓட subsidiary வந்து S Limited. And for Q, Y Limited is subsidiary ஓட subsidiary, which is sub-subsidiary. So they talk about Q and Y in this question. Correct now? Okay. So Y and Q are sub-subsidiary. Whereas R and Y are fellow sub-subsidiary. Now correct? Now okay. So R and Y ka relation is fellow sub-subsidiary. That's all over. So easy. Huh. Now, illustration 5. X and Y kahan pe? X and Y have common control, no? X and Y will be related to each other. Common control. Fellow subsidiary having common control. X and Z, Y. Now, coming to illustration 5. Consider the following organization structure related to UH Limited, ultimate parent company of the group. Ultimate parent company of the group. Wherein UH Limited has made the following investments. Investments in two of the wholly owned subsidiary. Subsidiary 1, subsidiary 2. My question is, what is meaning of wholly owned subsidiary? 100% voting right is called as wholly owned subsidiary. 100% voting right. Which means UH Limited has got 100% voting right in the subsidiary 1. That is called as wholly owned subsidiary. CA.Prathik Academy has got 100% voting right in FFLA. So I am the wholly owned subsidiary of, FFLA is the wholly owned subsidiary of CA.Prathik Academy. Okay, not okay. I invested 100% money in the FFLA. Holding company, subsidiary company. For wholly owned subsidiary. For me, that is my wholly owned subsidiary. FFLA is my wholly owned subsidiary. Nobody has invested money in FFLA. So I become wholly owned subsidiary for them. Now, similarly, 100% investment is done in subsidiary 2. Any problem? No problem. Then, UH Limited has investment in JC1, in which they have joint control. Joint control means? Welcome. Wait. No, bara. This is joint control in JC1. Any problem? No problem. After that, 20% of the investment is done in associate 1. So in associate 1, it is 20%, not 28%, is 20%. Any problem? Please change it. It is 20%. Joint control means a contractually agreed sharing of power to govern the financial and operating policy of an economic activity so as to obtain the benefit from it. In simple words, or in other words, two or more parties together share the power to make important decisions of the business because they have written agreement. Two entities are coming together telling that this entity, new entity, you also control, I also control. Both of us together will control. No single party can take major decision. So if you have to take some major decision, for example, A, B, C. A and B is coming or having a joint control over C. So any important decision that is being taken in C, both of them together, they have to approve it. That is called as joint control. That is called as joint control. Any problem? No problem. Now coming back. Between UH and subsidiary 1, relation is there or not there? Are they related party? Yes. Which para? 3A. And this also 3A. Let's see the question. Given the above structure, identify related party relation for each of the above entities, under AS18, for each entity. Now, first for UH, subsidiary 1 and subsidiary 2 are related as per para 3A. All four entities are related. They are not giving any description as per which para, but they are telling related. Okay. Joint control. Where are we talking about? Para 3B. Para 3B. So joint control is there. So related, not related. Related. And here the relation is 3B associate. Any problem here? No problem. So for UH, all the four entities are related party. Okay, not okay. Now, next from the point of view of subsidiary 1. Is there any relation between subsidiary 1 and UH? It is there. Holding company, subsidiary company. So related party. Do they have relation with subsidiary 2? Fellow subsidiary, common control. Subsidiary 1 has got two entities as related party. One is UH and second is subsidiary 2. Can I say same thing will be for subsidiary 2? Okay. Will this subsidiary 1 have any relation with JCI or AS1? No. Got it? Associate 1? No. There's no relation as per any para. Now, same thing for subsidiary 2. Subsidiary 2 has got connection with UH and subsidiary 1. No connection with the other associate. Okay, no, not okay. Okay. See, common control points are only for subsidiary. One control for associate, another control for subsidiary. This subsidiary and associate, they don't have any relationship. Okay, not okay. Okay. Now for JC1. For JC1, UH limited is associate. Holding will not come. How holding will come? Joint control. It is joint control. So they are associate. You can say associate or joint together they have come. It's okay. Now, are these two related party? Yes. Is JC1 related to subsidiary 1 and subsidiary 2? No. Is JC1 related to associate 1? No. So JC1 only related to UH limited. Any problem? Associate 1 is associate of UH limited. They don't have any relation with subsidiary 1, subsidiary 2 and JCI 1. Any problem? JC1, na? JC1. Okay. Any problem? Now, what I'm telling is, it's 6 o'clock. You will take break. We'll come back into it. Time waste. 6:30 I have my next class. Fresh रहेंगे. Chalo, I'll give you a break of 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Yes, people, let's continue back. Guys, illustration 6 now. Consider a scenario wherein Mr. Robert holds 70% share and voting rights in P Limited. Robert, wow. Handsome. இதுல handsome தெரிஞ்சுச்சு உனக்கு. As per ICA. Okay. Mr. கொசுத்துல தாங்க. Okay. புரியுது எனக்கு. Wait, I'm coming. Wait. Something is significantly wrong with your vision. I have தாடி. அங்க ஒரு இன்ச்சு கூட தாடி கிடையாது. ஜால்ரா போடுறதுக்கு ஒரு லிமிட் வேணும். Now, wait. 70% share and has voting right means control over P Limited. Any problem? Mrs. Andy, spouse of Mr. Robert. Robert. Okay. Determine whether Andy, spouse of Mr. Robert, is a related party to P Limited under AS18. Individual and relative of such individual. Nowhere they have told that this relative should have control or significant influence. If a person is already having a control or a significant influence, and if you are a relative of such individual, then this person is also related party to this company. Okay, not okay. Para 3C. Look at the language. Individual, including the relative of such individual. Such individual. So here individual is what? Robert. All the 7 relatives of Robert will be called as related party. So between those 7 party and the company, if any transaction is happening, that has to be disclosed. Okay, not okay. Online people, what do you say?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Andy is related party to P Limited in view of the requirement of AS 19. Sorry, 18. Sapya Mudista. It may be recalled that under AS 18, relative of individual owning an interest in the voting power of the reporting enterprise that gives them control or significant influence over the enterprise are considered as related party. Full complicated. You just write what we wrote we wrote or given in notes 3C. Explain 3C more than sufficient. Explain 3C more than sufficient. Now, illustration 7. Consider a scenario wherein Mr. Robert is a managing director of P Limited. Any problem? Managing director means KMP
MP.
as per 3D. Andy, spouse of Robert, received a remuneration of 5 lakh from P Limited. Now the question is spouse of Robert a related party to P Limited?
Yes, sir.
Para 3D says that KMP are related to the company plus relative of such KMP. Relative of such KMP also are related party. Now, this spouse has received 5 lakh as remuneration for the service that she gave or she rendered to P Limited from 1st April 2001 up to 30 June 2001, which is April, May, June. For quarter one, April to June. For Q1, she has given the service, and for this period, she has drawn a remuneration of 5 lakh rupees. Andy left the service of P Limited on 1st July. After 30 June, she left the service. She is no longer the employee of that particular company. Consider 31st March 2002 as the year end for P Limited. What is the requirement? Whether Andy is to be identified as related party at the year end date for the purpose of AS 18 or not. Related party ka definition or meaning says that you have to check the relationship at any point during the year, not at the end of the year. At the end of the year, no doubt relation is not there. But during the year, somewhere the relationship was established or not. Yes. For which quarter? Quarter 1, April to June. So yes, Andy is a related party to the P Limited. Okay, not okay. Question is stopping here itself. They are only asking whether is Andy related or not. I am bringing one information extra. About this in depth, I'll discuss tomorrow. Now the question is, since Andy is related party to P Limited, between related party and reporting entity is P Limited. Related party is Andy. Between them, if there is any transaction happening, that transaction needs to be disclosed in notes to accounts. Correct. Disclosure is always notes to accounts only. Now here, which part will disclose? Yes. So any transaction that happens between Andy and reporting entity, as long as the relationship was there, in that case, the transaction will be disclosed. So this transaction of 5 lakhs should be disclosed. Now here, there's some masala related to it, which I'll be discussing in the tomorrow's class. Okay, not okay? Okay. So here, in this case, if I have to give a disclosure in notes to accounts, what disclosure I'll give you? I mean, I'll give it the notes to accounts. That how Andy was related to the enterprise, and during this period, what was the service we obtained from her, and for that service, what was the money that was paid? That is what we will disclose. Now, it is up to the judgment of the users of the financial statement to understand whether this 5 lakh paid is at arm's length price or not. Whether this 5 lakh is fair money or unfair money. Who will decide that? Shareholders will decide. Our job is to give a disclosure. We will not comment whether this 5 lakh is fair or unfair. As an auditor, it's not your job. Got it, not got it. You just have to disclose this transaction which happened between the related party and the reporting enterprise in the financial statement. Just a disclosure should be given for the 5 lakh rupees. Yes, Andy is related party to the P Limited company. This is because as per AS 18, parties are considered to be related if at any point of time during the reporting period, one party has got the ability to control the other party or have significant influence over the other party in making the financial or operating decisions, then those are connected. So here you have to give the meaning of related party. Meaning of related party, which is this. Second, you have to tell that they are connected as a which para? Para 3D. So 3D ka explanation you have to give, and then you have to conclude that this is how they are related to each other. Okay, not okay. Hence, Andy, being the spouse and relative of KMP of P Limited, needs to be reported as a related party at the end of the year. This is because the remuneration Andy received from P Limited falls within the reporting period of April to March. Whatever salary Andy drew, that is happening in the current financial year. In the current financial year, transaction is happening. In the current financial year, relation also established. In that case, disclosure of 5 lakh has to be done. Okay, not okay. Imagine Robert from 1 July. From 1 July, Andy left the service, no? Imagine instead of Andy did not leave. Andy is still there. Imagine Robert left the company, managing director position on 1 July. Listen. My question, listen. From 1 April to 30 June, managing director was Robert. On 30 June onwards, Robert is no longer managing director, but Andy is continuing. She got 5 lakh here, and she got 15 lakh in this period. Okay. Now the question is, first question, as on 31st March, is Andy having any relation with the company? Is there related party or not? Yes. Because here during this period, Andy was the relative of KMP, who was having significant control or the significant influence on the company. So by that virtue, she is a related party. Even if the control is coming even 1 day for that year, relation is established. Now, disclosure when you have to give, will you give disclosure of only this 5 lakh or only 15 lakh or full 20 lakh?
20
You will
lakh.
give only 5 lakh rupees when the relation started and ended. During that period, the relation was a related party relationship. So when you report the information in the financial statement as a disclosure, you will disclose only this transaction. This transaction need not be disclosed because during this period relationship was not there because managing director Robert is no longer MD. Hence, from 30 June onwards or 1 July onwards, Robert is ceased to become KMP, and therefore Andy is no longer the related party of the company. Okay, not okay. So now when Andy is dealing with the company here during this period, 1 July to 31st March, she is dealing as a normal person, not as a related party. So this need not be reported. This alone needs to be reported. Okay, not okay. Online people, okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Illustration 8. I can't discuss because I have some more points to discuss. Let's see some practical questions. We can discuss ninth one. Mr. Raj, a relative of key management personnel. Andy Ingaraj. Andy Raj received remuneration of 2,50,000 for his service in the company for the period 1/4/2001 to 30 June 2001. On 1 July 2001, he left. Same question what I give. He left the service of the company. Who? He means what? Raj. Should the relative be identified as relative? No, he left means who left? So Raj left. Raj, a relative of KMP. So KMP is still there. KMP is there. Raj left. In that case, Andy left. No, here Raj left. Same question. Should the relative be identified as the related party as in the closing date? Yes or no? Same question. Yes only. Same answer. Which question is that? Ninth one. Same answer. Ninth is exact same question. Leave it. This we can discuss, which I just discussed now. X Limited sold goods to its associate company during the first quarter ended 30 June 2001. So let's suppose there's some company called as X Limited sold goods to associate company. Maybe this is Y Limited. Between them, what relationship? Associate relationship. Maybe 20% voting right. Now, this is the entire year, 1 April to 30 June. During the first quarter ended 30 June, X Limited sold goods to associate company. After that, the related party relationship ceased to exist. Maybe the 20% voting right has been withdrawn. They sold the shares. However, goods were supplied as were supplied to any other ordinary customer. Which means during this period, the relation was existing. On 30 June, the relation ceased. From this period to this period, no relation is existing between X Limited and the associate company. But however, X Limited supplied the goods. They supplied the goods even during this period. So during this period also goods supplied. After relationship ceased to exist, that time also goods supplied. Decide whether the transaction of the entire year have to be disclosed as related party transaction or not. No, only the transaction that took place during the relationship, that is quarter 1, should be disclosed in the AS18 part, whereas this is a normal transaction. It does not require any disclosure. Okay, not okay? As per AS18, transaction of X Limited with its associate company for the first quarter ending 30 June 2001 only are required to be disclosed as related party transaction. The transaction for the period in which related party relationship did not exist would not be reported. So from 1 July to 31st March, the relationship did not exist. The relationship of associate did not exist. So during that period, whatever transaction took place between those two companies will not be reported by either parties. Okay, not okay? Okay, no? Okay. This is the same question. You can try it as now homework itself. Or now itself you can do it. Same question. M is having holdings in S and C. S in F. And C is got in F. Ulta direction. Same question we did already. Illustration 1. Rightly said. You can take this as homework. That's all. Now, I have some more points to discuss tomorrow. And maybe some questions we'll do it from scanner, which are unique ones. Right? So by tomorrow, we'll be done with this accounting standard. Any difficulty? So far comfortable? Super. Online people? Any difficulties?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can I wind up?
No, sir.
So guys, that's all from my side for this session. I'll see you all tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. sharp. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.